We will move on to the 22nd topic. This is similar to the previous part one, ninth topic, I believe. We have done the similar one. It is integrating rational functions by the method of partial fractions. Now, let me just go down and show you a little bit. You can see something's going to happen, A, B, all this. What we are doing is look at the problem for now. You're dividing x minus 5 divided by x squared minus 1. So this is a complicated problem and we do not have a direct integration for this. But we know the derivation of, say, a number divided by any term, say a number divided by x plus 2 or something like this. It will be natural logarithm. So that is what we are trying to do over here. So if you look carefully, let me just get back over here. We are trying to get, I'm just showing the answer so you understand what we are doing. We are trying to get the same equation splitting out into a number divided by the factor, and then we can use natural logarithmic formulas. So this is our main goal. We want to get in terms of two terms, like two fractions, but the numerator will be numbers, so then we can easily use the formula over here. But how can we get into two random numbers? What is the possibility? Like, how do we get this a plus b? What is that? It's very simple. Let me tell you. Take any two numbers, for example, two fraction numbers. I will take 3 divided by 10 plus 2 divided by 5. Okay? Now, if I add them up, okay, I'll just use the calculator now. Wait, let's do this without the calculator. What's going to happen? You need to take the common denominator, or else I'll just take the easy method. 50, this 5s are 15, plus this 10 times is 20. So 20 divided by, this is the answer. Wait, let me simplify this. It'll be 35 divided by 50. So now you can see over here that this term can be written as sum of these two terms. But it's very hard to split this directly, isn't it? But now I know 35. Wait, I can reduce this further. Let me write it as 7 goes in this. 7 fives are, no, 5 sevens, yeah, 10. Okay. So now over here, what I just did is divide both the sides by 7, sorry, 5. 35, 7 times 5, and then 10 times. So that's the thing. Now this term I can split into two terms like this. Do you agree? 7 by 10 is equal to 3 by 10 plus 2 by 5. To split this like this directly, it's hard. But you can do it because these both are equal. The same way, we are telling this term, okay, now expand this as much as possible. It is a squared minus b squared, or you can use the calculator. We have done this before using calculator, but now I'll tell you this formula. It's a plus b, a minus b. You can just use calculator mode 5 and 3 and get the same thing. You can refer to the video number 9. We have done this already over there. So what we are doing is we're expanding it and getting this term. So this is just the question. But we are telling this question will be equal to a divided by one of this factor. Why? Because when I wrote it over there, 10 multiplied by 50, 10 multiplied by 5 was 50. 50 was the denominator before I simplified it. So I can write like that. Now, this is one factor. It had some term. Okay, let me just write that back because that was important. 50 equals 3 by 10 plus, it was 5 over here, and I just forgot the number over here. Anyways, it was some number, okay? Just a while ago I'd written it. Okay, my memory is so small. Now you can see with 35 by 50 equals these two numbers, right? These two are the factors, and these two numbers are very hard to guess. So we write A and B. I hope this is clear. These two numbers are not just random numbers. We can figure it out. We will figure it out now. But for now, time being, we will write it A and B. And then one of these factors. So this one is going to change. How do we do that? It's very simple. There is a method. You need to follow this method. First thing is, whatever is the denominator over here, what's this denominator? It's x minus 1, right? Multiply the conjugate. Conjugate means if you have x minus 1, the conjugate would mean x plus 1. Multiply and divide by this, x plus 1 for this term. Same thing you do over here, it's plus, so you have to multiply and divide by x minus 1. This is it. I hope this much is clear. Now, if you simplify, you're gonna get the same denominator. Like, I mean, not simplify exactly, write this as a common denominator. What's gonna happen? X minus 1 divided by x plus 5. Over here also, the denominator is same. Why we did is to match this denominator. We know this can be simplified like this. Now, the denominators all do match. This over here, if you're thinking, why did we add and subtract? It's nothing wrong. See now, 7 divided by 7, if I multiply to 3, the answer will still remain 3 because this is the same thing. It cancels. So I'm just manipulating it. The main reason for that is the denominator must be equivalent over here. Now, yes, it is done. So this is all equal. So I can equate the numerators. All the numerators are equated. And then what? Look over here. X minus 5 equals ax plus 1 plus b of x minus 1 divided by x minus 1, x plus 1. Now, equate only the numerators. Okay, this was just simplification. Why? Because it's the common denominator. Now, only the numerators are written together. Can you see this? Now, we will simplify. We will try to simplify these two. Okay, find the values of a and b. So how do we do this is, always you need to take the you can see over here the numerator is x minus 1, x plus 1. So take the value plus 1 and minus 1. Okay, now if it was minus 2, what's going to happen? It'll be x equals 2, x equals minus 1. I hope this is clear. The roots of this, you should take this negative outside, then it'll be x is equal to 2. But here plus and minus 1 are there, so it is 1 and minus 1. Now all you need to do is substitute in this value. What's going to happen? One of the terms just cancels off, that is b is gone. 1 minus 1 is 0. Solve the remaining term. You can use the calculator directly also. You will get a as negative 2 and continue it. For what? X equals negative 1 now. Same thing, substitute, the other term will be cancelled off and b value is 3. So you got a and b value. Now you can write over here, see in this step, instead of a and b, you can write minus 2 and 3. See, the question can be expanded like this, and all this method was to find the a and b value, and now you have solved it up. So this is it. Now you can easily integrate it, right? Integrate this. It is natural logarithm. Minus 2 is a constant. Remove it out. 1 by x minus 1. Natural logarithm x minus 1 magnitude must be written. Same thing. 3 natural logarithm x plus 1 and the constant of integration. This is how you solve this problem. Now, what if it's a more complicated problem? There are two types of problem. Now, here in the first problem, the numerator was smaller than the denominator in terms of degree, x power 1, x power 2. But what if it is equal or greater than? Now we will solve one for greater than and one for equal. Look, x to the power 3 is greater than x to the power 2 degree. Here you need to do, since the degree of numerator is greater than the denominator, you need to do long division method. This is the extra step. How do you do long division? Write this whatever you're dividing over here. You can see there is no x squared term because it is 0x squared. That term is 0. So that's why it's not there. And then over here, these terms as it is. Now what you need to do, see what you must multiply to x squared to get x cubed. This is x. So x squared times x is equal to x cubed. And then once you start it over here, you need to keep on continuing. That is with the other terms. That is 2x times x is 2x squared minus 8 times x is minus 8x. And then change the sign over here and subtract. Solve this. This cancels off. You have 0, so it will just be minus 2x squared. Remember, the sign changes for entire terms over here. All the terms over here, it becomes plus. So plus 8 plus 1 is 9x, and lastly bring this down. And now what do you have to multiply to x squared to match this term? What is missing? Minus 2. That's it. So multiply minus 2, the entire terms, it will be minus 2x squared. This will become minus 4x. And lastly, we have 16. Now solve it up. What's the answer? You're remaining with, this becomes, changes sign over here. This becomes plus, this becomes minus. So you will have 13x minus 14. Okay. Can you go further? No, this degree is more over here. Divisor degree is more. You need to stop over here because this is the remainder. Now, how do you write the long division answer? Whatever is over here, you write it as it is. And then the remainder must be divided by the divisor. Always. That's how we write it. Whatever is the remainder, sorry, it was cut. Whatever is the remainder is written divided by the divisor. Okay, all this remainder divisor. But if you know the method, it's more than enough. Now what you do is, this is fine to integrate. This is very simple. What's the integration of x? It'll be x squared by 2 minus 2x. This part is fine. But this cannot be solved. Just now, a while ago, if we go back, see over here. What did we do? We solved similar problem. So now we do that for the remainder part. Only this part, look, only this part will be simplified. How do you get this? Use the calculator mode 5 and 3 and find the answers. You will get the calculator answers as x equals 4, x equals, sorry, minus 4 and positive 2. You need to take them inside. The factors will be plus 4 minus 2. This is it. And then write it. A is an unknown term, a constant, and B is unknown constant. We need to solve them. How do we do? Multiply with the other term. Now, okay, I had told one mistake. I'm so sorry for that. In the previous part, I just realized I told change the sign, right? It's not just change this plus and minus. It depends on the other factor. Look over here. When you multiply, you need to multiply the other factors. See, now you have x minus 1 already. You should multiply and divide by the other factor over here as well. I just realized it. Now, sorry for that. Here, what do you multiply and divide to this term? It'll be x minus 2 up and down. Over here, it'll be x plus 4 up and down. I hope this is clear. In the previous topic, the topic 9, this was explained properly. If you're getting any confusions over here, go back. In this method, only extra part is over here. This is the long division part. Now, once you write this, it's very, very simple because you have equated the top. You need to take x is equal to minus 4 and x is equal to positive 2. What happens? When you take minus 4, 1 dissolves to 0 and you can solve it. A is 11 and then x is equal to 2. Same way, solve it up. What's going to happen? 12 equals 6b, b is 2. Now you can substitute the values back. So this part, so whatever is this part, I'll just, instead of writing this part, we have to write this. Now when you're integrating, don't forget these two terms. These are very important because they can be easily integrated. See, x minus 2 will remain, but instead of the remainder was divided by divisor, we are writing x minus 2 plus this and this. Now you can integrate them easily. Integration of this is very simple. All you're doing is over here. Now, okay, you can integrate this together. It'll be x squared by 2 minus 2x. Then what is remaining? This is power rule, x squared by 2 and nothing is there. It's a constant. So x. Here it will be 11 is removed out. The constant numerator is always taken out. And natural logarithm of the denominator. Important to add magnitude because it cannot be a negative answer. And same thing over here. 2 ln magnitude x minus 2 plus c. It is the constant of integration. That is it. That is how you solve this problem. Now we will do one more problem, the last one, that is with same degree. What I would ask you is now pause the video over here and try to solve this by yourself, and then we will see how to solve it together. Please pause the video now and write it and solve it by yourself for few minutes and then continue the video. I hope you all pause the video and try to solve it by yourselves. Now we will look into how to solve it. Here, the degrees are the same. The first problem, this numerator degree was less than the denominator. We split it easily. Next one and the last, you can just see over here, the last problem, it was greater, numerator degree was greater. But even if it is equal, you need to do division. Over here, you need to do the long division, just like what we had done just now. So start solving. What is the answer over here? 1. Okay, write it as it is. And what's going to happen? It reduces, isn't it? Because it's the same degree, right? So it'll become 1. And then multiply this as it is and solve it up. It'll be 1 plus the sign changes over here. All the sign changes. So it'll become 5x. 6 plus 1 is 7. And you can write it like this: 1 plus 5x plus 7 divided by the divisor. Now we are going to split this term. How do we do that? We have done it so many times now. So all you need to write is a divided by one of the term, b divided by the other term, multiply and divide by the opposite other denominator. So here in the first part, you need to multiply and divide by 6 plus 1. Here x minus, it's not 6, x plus 1, over here x minus 6. If you're thinking how to solve this, to decompose this over here, you need to find the solution by modify 3 in calculator, and you will get the answers x equals 6, x equals negative 1. You need to bring it inside, it'll become x plus 1, x minus 6. That's it. And then simply solving it. All the numerators can be equated because the denominators are the same factors. Numerators are equated, and then let us consider one of the x value, that is x equals 6, and then you find the a value, and then take x equals minus 1, that's the other x value, and you can solve for b. And all you do is simplify and solve. B value is obtained, and now we can put it over here in the equation like this. Now this is not the answer, you need to integrate this including this part 1. Don't forget the 1. What will happen? 1 will be x, that is solving 1 is x. Here it'll be, this is constant, remove it out. Whatever is the denominator, you must write natural logarithm magnitude of that value. Same thing over here, minus 2 by 7 is out, ln x plus 1. This is in detail, but you can just skip few steps like all this, you can directly get the answer. So this is how you solve this. Now please do try solving this by yourselves. Now if it is 3 terms over here, it's the same thing, it'll just become, when you put it in the calculator and solve, what's going to happen? You will have 3 terms, a plus b plus c. Now you can see over here the methods are all there. Do it by yourselves and then check the answers. Here we just get a and b. Over here also it's the same. Over here now you can see you will have a, b and c. A, b and c. You need to try 3 factors. How do you solve this? It is basically remove this x out and you will have x square plus 3x plus 2. And then this can be solved in calculator, or directly you can put this in calculator. You'll get 3 factors. Okay? And then all you need to do is simplify them. Do the same method. Okay? What's that? You need to multiply 2 factors over here to each term and then equate the numerator and you will get this answers, and that's it. So these are all the over here, the in detail steps are there. You can follow them. So they're very easy, they're not straightforward. Whatever the methods I've just now told, please follow them and these will all be very, very easy. So there are plenty of ways to solve it. You can opt any one of them. And try to remember the identities as well. They might come in handy. Say, for example, the a square minus b square identity. It is a plus b, a minus b. And a plus b the whole square, a square plus 2ab plus b squared. Similar such identities. So that's end of the 22nd topic. This is in writing. So make sure you do the steps. No need of all the steps what I've explained, at least some of them. You can skip some steps, you can jump because you can do it in your mind, so it's fine. But the thing is, you must write the important steps. For example, see the substitution and everything. So some are very crucial. Don't skip all. You The main thing is whenever we correct, we must see that you understood the problem and you've solved it. You're just not copied or something. You've written it, you've understood it. So any few steps, if you the important steps are more than enough. If you write, we will understand that you have written it genuinely. So that's the end of the topic. There's one last topic remaining, so please stay tuned. That'll be the final video of this term 3 exam.